problem earlier. And I'm just going to go into IREP's incident reporting. The first thing you should be aware of is that when you report an incident, you can see it. So if you've reported an incident, you will have a log like this. Because of my position, I see everybody's. So this is why I have a huge multi-page listings here. But just to give you an idea of what is reported, let me just take technical out for a moment because we don't want them. You can see all these risk observations that are being reported. Now, this is just the first page, and you can see by the locations that North America is very proactive in their reporting. And if I go again, you'll see Canada in the North America region is very proactive in reporting. It's not a competition, but what it is highlighting is that certain areas or regions are more proactive than others. Now, in an RSG, which you guys should all be familiar with, we always show how many incidences have been reported and not. And in America, they have the same, I do the same report for them as I do for EMEA, APJ, India. We all have the same template, the same details, obviously region specific. And in America, this RSG, there was 15 incidences reported. There was an environmental one, there was a first aid one, there was a near miss, and the majority were risk observations. And the comment from the client was, is that all? Now, admittedly, the comment was because every single one of those 15 incidences belonged to Canada, which is part of the North America region. There was nothing from the US at all. And that was why there was a comment. The 15, if that had been 15 spread over US and Canada, probably okay. But they noticed that only one country was reporting. Now, that doesn't mean that in EMEA, every single one of you should be reporting. What it means is that you should all, look at what you're reporting or in the cases, what you're not reporting. So if I go to the actual incident itself reporting, when you log on, you'll get this screen. Okay, it's got information. It asks you whether you want to do health and safety or whether you want to do technical. Now, there are occasions where an incident can fall into both categories. It can be a health and safety incident as well as a technical incident. An example of that is we had a transformer that caught fire, and therefore the incident is raised in both sides because the transformer is from the technical side, and of course the fire is from the health and safety where it is endangering lives. Either one, when it's two, there is a box, and just jump down here, that says, in this case, any equipment or property damage. And in the technical one, it will say any employees injured. If you tick those, because it's two reports, then what happens is all your information up here, which is your basic information, will populate the other report as well, ready for you to then go in and finish off the bits and pieces. Now, the reporting itself, we have tried to make as simplistic as possible, but you have to understand at the same time, we need as much detail as possible. So it's very straightforward in respect of dates. You can populate by the calendar, times. You can do the client. We have other clients, so let's pick on Nokia. We're going to go, let's go into Europe. We can select a country. We've gone into Northeast Europe, by the way. So let's do Latvia, purely because it's the same, and the building. So it's all populated for you. If by any chance you should go into your country and your building is not there, then let us know. When I say let us know, me, because I can then arrange for the reason why your building isn't there, but I can arrange for your building to be put on. The information that's in here comes from Concept. So if your building's not on there, it may be because you've got a brand new building and Concept hasn't been updated yet. Or somebody forgot to update it, or it could be one of those rare occasions where you have one of those buildings that you have very little interaction with, but it just so happens today you need the interaction and that building has not been added. So we can add it. You select your incident category. We'll just do health and safety, but I'll just drop that down. Again, environmental, natural disaster, wildlife intrusion, terrorist threat, theft and physical violence. Our plan, just so you're aware, is in the future, we're going to upgrade the system again and have a separate reporting for security. But that's in the pipeline. Your then classification, and here's your near misses, here's your risk observations. You then select the actual severity. We've made it, well, we've tried to make it easier by putting definitions for what is high severity, what is medium, what is low. But please don't worry if you tick it wrong and then you think, oh, on reflection, I think it should have been low instead of medium, or it should have been medium instead of low, or high, etc. You can go back in. Okay, so you can go in and edit. The only time you cannot edit is if the incident itself is closed. If it's closed, then you need a health and safety person, either myself or Debbie, to go in and make any amendments for you. Okay, so just be aware that if the incident gets closed off, and at the moment we are the only people that can close it off anyway, you need to come to us and say, do you know what, I've made a mistake. But until it's closed off, you can go in, you can update, you can add things, you can rearrange the wordings, you can do whatever you want to it. For the purpose of this exercise, let me just put that in. Actually, let me not put that in. So once you've decided what you're going to do and you've done all this, you then click next. But the system won't allow you to go forward until you have completed all the boxes. Okay, so in there you would put your description of the incident. Validation area, please check confirm. Oh, I didn't check. Very good. Prove the point. Then it will take you to the next page. Again, it's all little clicks and drop downs. Okay. If somebody is injured, then you will need more detail. You can also add a row if it's more than one person. Okay. If it's an environmental impact, again, more detail. But this is freehand, so it's whatever you write. Let's make that note. If a contractor is involved, again, more detail. How many contractors? It might be just one. If there's more, you can add more. You describe the immediate actions taken. If there's any witnesses, again, details. who was the witness, perhaps their email, their who they are, whether they're Nokia employees, contractor as a witness, whoever, and you put their details down. You then need to put what you think the immediate cause that led to the incident. Now, again, this is what you write. So perhaps when you've investigated, you might change your mind and say, actually, that wasn't the reason. So therefore, I want to go in and change it. As I said, until it's actually closed off, you can still go in and amend. There's the opportunity to add documents, whether that's pictures, reports, anything you want. And then you can go to next. And again, same situation. If you don't complete boxes, it will highlight. So let's just go X, 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 next. Now, this is the bit where you will put an initial root cause in. Again, it's freehand writing, a root cause. And as I said, you can still amend this. You might, under an investigation, realize that the root cause has changed. It's not what you initially thought. Has the incident required the person's injuries to be on a restricted duty? Yes or no? Was there any environmental impact? Did there need to be a corrective action? And of course, the name of the person who will be responsible for carrying out and closing those actions off, which may be yourself. You may be doing this for yourself, and you are the person that's going to have to close everything off and lead to it. Depending on the severity of the incident, depends on how much investigation, reports and paperwork is needed. Risk observations tend to be fill it in and close it off. Well, fill it in, not close it off, that's us. And that tends to be very straightforward and basic. If it's a near miss, depending on the severity of the near miss, because you can have a high severity in a near miss, then obviously that will require more detail and more interaction. That may involve somebody like me getting involved, discussing it with you, helping you put together a full report, etc. Now, the thing you have to also remember, as I said at the very beginning, we work for clients, and clients often want us to repeat these incidences into their tool. So what you need to do, because it's been shown, is that you need to put your incident into IREP's tool first. And when I say first, that's not first as in and then do Archer 2 days later. It's do IREPs first, because that will enable you then, when you go to your description here, oh, she says, previous, your incident description, you can then cut, copy and paste into Archer. What you can't do is put your description in Archer and cut, copy and paste into IREP's tool, because for some unknown reason, as it's been proven, suddenly all your writing has lots of additional characters in the wording and the sentence. So you might have a sentence that suddenly has at, dot, dash, exclamation mark, then another word, then hash, dot, then another word, and all these characters suddenly appear. It's something to do with Archer. We're not sure why, but trial and error has learned that do IREP first, and then you can cut, copy and paste into Archer. From somebody that does these regular, I have been informed that a risk observation can be entered into both tools Archer and IREP's tool in less than 10 minutes. So that's how quick it can be once you are used to using the tool, etc. So that is the tool itself. But the other thing,
Joy,
yep.
Sorry for interruption. I have 2 questions.
Okay.
So can I raise it now or later?
Yeah, no, please carry on.
Okay, one thing is that once you were showing this list for the other sites, Lesson Valley, which incident is happened about 1 week ago. I saw that is still open. So why it is not closed?
Because I haven't closed it yet, Narani.
Okay. Second thing is
Sorry, it's me. I'm falling behind. I apologize.
no problem, but I just wanted to ask you that. Okay. Second thing is regarding here that suppose if any asset is damaged, so for that one we have to raise this concept ticket separately, or it will reflect there.
Okay, so yeah, you would reflect separately. So if I go over to new incidents, if it's a technical, you'd go into this side, a new technical one. But if it's a technical one that involves a person as well, or a health and safety issue, as I mentioned earlier, we had a transformer that caught fire. So there's a report for the technical side because it's a transformer. And there's also a health and safety report because it's a fire and therefore had the potential to endanger life. So in that case, both. But if you do enter, and I'm in the technical now, it actually says here, injury or ill health. And then you can add this, but we're going to get this changed as well, because we need to also put if it's a employee contractor in there as well, or a health and safety issue. Because if you click that, what happens is all this data that you've put up here will go and populate the HSE data at the top here as well. So it's all ready for you for when you go over to populate. Has that answered your question?
Okay.
Okay.
And we have to close board ticket or?
Right. So technical, you have the ability, I understand, because I don't get that involved with technical. You have the ability to go in and close your own tickets, or SARD has the ability to close the tickets. I'm not quite sure. I think it's SARD, isn't it? SARD, you're the only one that can close a technical ticket.
That's true.
Yeah. So SARD has to close the technical ticket.
I guess what Norani is asking, he said if he choose both tickets in one go, so he has to work on both ticket or only one ticket and the data will replicate to other ticket?
No, on both tickets, because you're looking at it for two different angles. So from a technical side, you might have a technical report. You might have engineers coming in, doing a full assessment, and that's the technical side. From the fire side, you may just copy that over to say that there was a technical issue. So it really is just duplicating information. Obviously, if it was far more serious, that the technical incident caused somebody to be injured, then you would be doing a report on that person's injuries, and that would be a different report as well. But can I just stress to everybody, if that circumstance happens,
انا بتنقل اساسا
sorry,
بتنقل من الاول للثالث وزي كذا زين يلا بالتوفيق هلا
whoever that is, could they go on mute, please? Let us be quite clear, okay? The priority is to get the initial reports in within a 24-hour period. The detail of how you do it, what you need to do, if you have something like a serious incident, we are here to guide and help. If you make a mistake in the report itself, you have the ability until it's closed to go in and amend it. So please don't think, oh, I've put the initial cause as I don't know, a hole in the ground, but actually it was a hole in the ceiling. You can go in and change that. You have that ability to do it on both technical and HSE. It's only when the incidences are closed and you want to do an amendment, do you need to come to somebody like SARD, or in my case, or me, to actually reopen it. But I don't reopen it for you to do it. I reopen it and you have to instruct me what to do, because I'm the one that has to enter the data going forward from there on. So if those type of incidences do happen, please just get your reports in, get them logged, then we can look at the detail and where it's gone wrong. Often we get somebody's put the wrong severity. They've hit high and they should have hit medium, or they've hit low and they should have hit medium. And on reflection, it might change once you start investigating. Not all incidences need a full investigation. It depends on what it is. Risk observations tend to be very quick and can be dealt with ASAP. Near misses depend on the severity of that near miss, may take a little bit longer, may have to have a full investigation and report. If it's a low near miss, it doesn't usually tend to have a report to go with it. It's all filled out here. If it's a high near miss, perhaps an example of a high near miss is somebody nearly being hit by a forklift truck in a warehouse or something like that. Then the potential is a little bit higher, because obviously they could have been killed. So therefore it becomes a high severity in a near miss report. But if it's somebody that maybe just stumbled over a carpet, then it becomes a low near miss report. And again, you know, if you have any doubts, or you want to sort of clarify and say, this has happened, what should I put the severity at? And these definitions here aren't helpful to you, then by all means contact SARD or myself, and we can guide you to do it.
Thank you, Joy. Can I ask you one more thing?
Yeah, please do.
Can you just please raise one dummy ticket for asset equipment? So in this way, we will cover both points. So the people are sitting here. If they have any question, they can ask them.
Okay, right. Okay, so this is a technical incident, and this one is a lot quicker. But guys, you're going to have to help me out here, because there is a drop down thing that I wouldn't understand. So let's put Joy, MCGR80H, IREP Partners, phone number, today's date, time of incident. As you can see, all the basic stuff, guys. Select your client, your region. So let's go to Middle East this time. Select our country. Well, let's go for Saudi. Select our building. Right, so hold on. Select the floor.
Floors are not showing.
No, floors aren't showing, aren't they? Let's have a look at this one. Right, this one is the bit that I don't understand, guys. So you know all these, what these mean. I don't know what a business impact EQ failure is, or a near miss EQ failure. This is something I'm presuming you all know.
I can just explain very quickly. The first one is asset maintenance findings. So during a PPM, if any observation is linked where we need to open another ticket and link with the asset just to find MTTR, then we have to go with this option. Business equipment or near miss, this is simple. No impact or near miss, this is simple thing.
Okay, so if I just put one in there. The severity is exactly the same. Or, well, I say the same. Obviously, it's about power outages and things like that. The mediums.
If you click, sorry, if you change a country because floor is not available for some reason.
Okay, so let's change Lebanon.
Lebanon is okay.
Ah, there you go. So there's the select entire site, 99 floors?
No, it's the third one.
No. 99 is some software glitch for first aid box. It is showing 99.
Ah, okay.
It's some software glitch.
So can I also advise you all that the data that feeds into this comes from concept. So if you find an anomaly, you know, as we did with Layson, and you want to do it on floor 2, and it's not showing, then you need to let us know so that we can get that corrected. The data should fit. Yeah, so the data should feed from concept, but you know, like all systems, we're not 100% perfect. The system's been running, the incident reporting's been running for a year, and we're still making changes and modifications. The asset one, the technical one, has been running a bit less. And again, you know, in fact, I've got a meeting tomorrow regarding some updates and amendments to the system. So we're always working on the system. Nothing for you guys to worry about. We're not suddenly adding tons of boxes, but we might change terminology or add a word or something. So the severity, I'll just click low for this one. So under here gives you the definitions, but you need to click onto the box to actually put it in. What happened? Impact. Where did it happen? People involved. Who was involved? Could be nobody. Any equipment or property damaged involved in this incident? If you put yes, it will ask the asset details. So if I put
this is really important. If we are raising any maintenance related stuff, then we have to choose our asset from asset code.
Okay, so this is codes, guys. I've again, this is something you should all be familiar with. And if for any reason, I'll say the same. If for any reason you're not, then please reach out to somebody.
So sorry, Joy. If this tool is connected with the concept tool or no?
It should be, yeah. So does anybody know? Can somebody give me an asset code in Lebanon?
Nada, do you have or?
Just put HVAC only, or let me open anything quickly.
But I think it should become drop down.
I just need three or more characters in order to bring it up. So if there's an asset in Lebanon that should be in concept.
Can you please, okay, just write 651.
651. Oh, it does help. I'm writing it. 6. No, it needs something else.
Write to 4856.
4. For some unknown, there, that's why.
651.
8. Sorry, 485. There you go. So, do we recognize these assets, guys?
Try 651.
Choose anyone, Joy.
Anyone? Okay, there you go. I picked that one. You can add if it's more assets. So you can add again. Let's just go 54 8. I haven't got a clue, by the way, what I'm ticking here. You guys, that's yours. Nobody was injured, so we don't need to populate. You can upload your pictures, any reports or anything like that.
Yes, PPM report or pictures or anything.
Yeah. Click next, and we have an error that's occurred. Okay, let's see what my error is. Oh, forgot to put a number in. Same as HSE, it won't let you go further if you haven't completed your boxes. Next. Oh, I've got another error. What haven't I done now? Oh, it didn't like my phone number. Okay. Oh.
Maybe it's wrong format. Choose any number.
Let's see if it will take that now. Oops. Next. So then it goes on to the next page, which is again all about
the same information.
Yeah, initial cause, root cause. This is free text page, so you write in this. Has the incident required the person injured to be restricted duties? We're ticking no. It's the same sort of format. Was there an environmental impact? No. Corrective actions implemented? If yes, you'll be asked what those corrective actions were, and you can add as many corrective actions and the date of those actions. The person responsible, again, could be yourself. So although you're reporting it, you could still be the responsible person to action it. It doesn't go up the ladder or anything like that. So it could be somebody else, and obviously their designation role. Again, files can be added. Oops. And then you click submit. Okay, you'll see that that's grayed out because until you've submitted, and you can't close anyway, but once you submit, that then raises the issue. Now, if you, or when you raise an issue, what happens next is an email alert is sent out. So I've picked up a recent one in the region just to show that the region does report. As you can see, this is an email alert. It goes to, first of all, the person that reported it. So you all get your own copies if you report something. It then goes to health and safety people. And the way we've got it is that the health and safety people, although one of them needs to come off, the health and safety people are all over the globe, so they are still alert. It was easier than trying to break them up. I get the report. John Samuels gets the report. Jack Finney gets the report. John Webber will get the report. Suresh Kumar gets the report, and he gets it as well. All these people get it, whether it's HSE or whether it's technical or both. We get all the reports. Dusty gets a report. He's